What's up, YouTube? This is my second video. Just want to do a quick detail demo of the USA SPEC Bluetooth module. This is it here. It's basically a Bluetooth module that goes in your car, and it allows you to connect your phone and other devices to your factory stereo system, and play your music and stuff, or GPS or whatever, right through the phone straight to the car stereo. It's really simple to install. I was actually going to pay someone to install it, and I figured out that it's a plug and play. You can do it yourself. There's a XM. I have XM radio, and there's a little silver box in my trunk. It's hidden behind the paneling in the trunk. You just unhook the paneling, get the silver box, and then there's some cables that go to the box. They give you, US SPEC gives you everything you need in the box, pretty much. So this is the US SPEC module. Then these are the cables that you're going to use. The cable you want to unplug, that I unplugged from my XM radio, it looks exactly like this cable right here. So you unplug that from the radio, you plug this in instead, and then the one that was going to the radio plugs into this cable, which is a female like socket. It's it's a socket to receive a cable. So this goes into your XM radio, my XM radio. The cable that was in the XM radio goes into here, and then this cable goes into the actual BT, the actual module. My module is a BT45-ACU. I have the navigation built into my car. So I needed to get the BT45-ACU. They also make a BT45 Honda version that works in some Acuras as well. And then this right here is a microphone for when you're making phone calls. So basically the audio from your phone, if I was making a phone call, the audio comes out through the speakers in your car, obviously, and then this is the mic that you talk into. And, I have my mic mounted right here on the corner of the dash. So that's pretty much the whole install process. I ran the cable for the mic through my trunk, from my trunk into the cabin of the car, and I just did a quick little install just to get it working. So, but basically that's the reason why I got it, is because this thing, what it does is it allows you to control your phone, and it brings up the tracks from the music that you're listening to right here on my factory stereo system. So if I'm listening to whatever music, it'll say it right here on the screen, and I can use the controls on my steering wheel for fast forward and rewinding of the track. So it works. I mean, it works awesome. It's the easiest to install and the most feature-rich module, I think. If you own, I have a 07 Acura TL, and if you own this car with the nav kit, I can't understand why you would go any other route as far as a Bluetooth is concerned. This thing does everything, unless you want to save money. I got mine off of Amazon, and as you can see, I paid $160 for it. But it just works, man. I have no complaints whatsoever. It's funny because after I got it installed, I was going back and forth with the guys from the company because I was having problems. I was trying to install the wrong module. I originally ordered the Honda version, the Honda Acura version, and it didn't work. The sockets, plugs didn't match up with my XM radio. So I went back and I exchanged it and got the Acura version with the nav, and you know, like I said, it was plug and play, and I was done. I was going to pay somebody $150 to install this, and I did it myself, and it took maybe 30 minutes at the most. Basically, this is my my Note 4, and to show you how it works. So if I go to, I have this app called Power Amp. I use it. It has all my music. I have a 128 gig card in here, and it has all my music loaded in this app. And basically, if I start the music here, I'm only gonna play it for a second because I heard YouTube will like ban your account or do something to your account if you're playing copyrighted music. So I'm gonna just play it for a quick second just so you can see the title of the song. Is called Shake, by the artist is Gary Clark Jr. This is his second album. The album's called The Story of Sonny Boy Slim. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it real quick. Okay, now watch the display. It takes a second for it to read the album, the tag, I guess, from the MP3. There it is. So right now it's showing. The first line is showing the name of the song. Bluetooth is always going to stay on there. That never changes. And then the artist, and then the title of the album, the name of the album is under title. So, and then I can go here and I can hold the channel up and go to the next track. You heard the beep, went to the next track, and then it just updated down to ride. So that's it. Let me pause it so I don't get in trouble with YouTube. So that's it. I can fast forward, rewind. Obviously, my volume still works. That's built into the car. I can get phone calls, and it's just an awesome Bluetooth receiver. Now, one thing I really like about it is let me go to it works with other apps too. So let me go to Pandora. Let's see here, Pandora. So I'm on Pandora on my phone now, right? So skip the Pandora. Okay, so that's the track that's playing right now. Look at the screen. Right? So then I can't do thumbs up, thumbs down for my steering wheel, but I can do this skip track button here. So if I hold down the plus button on my steering wheel, there it is behind the ad. So there it is. The next track. Okay. Volume down doesn't do anything for Pandora. If I was in Power Amp, it would have rewound back to the previous track or started this track over again. And the other thing is, when you first install this in your car, there's some steps you got to go through to pair it. It's very simple, just like you would pair a Bluetooth headphones or anything like that. I did notice that, let me go to my Bluetooth settings real quick, okay, here's how it shows up on your phone. It shows up as BT45 Honda, even though my model is BT45-ACU. But that's what it shows up. So when you see that, once you scan for new Bluetooth, that'll come up. You click on that, it'll go blue. And then you go here and you have options. If I wanted to just use my phone as a media player and not send my call audio through the module, then I could. Or I could just send call audio and not my music that played on my phone. You get options. But I found out if you turn off call audio and just leave media audio on, because my car actually has built-in Bluetooth, but it's only for call audio. Acura didn't, I guess back in 07, they didn't incorporate Bluetooth audio, A2DP audio in cars. So it's basically just a Bluetooth headset that's built into the car steering wheel. And that's these controls right here. So I was trying to just use my car for my call audio and then use the US SPEC module for my media audio off of the phone. But what happens is when I turn off call audio and I start the car, if the car was off, I started the car, it would take almost 2 minutes for it to reconnect to my phone. The car would take almost 2 minutes. So that's, obviously that's not going to work. You want to get in the car, you want to start the car, you want to listen to music shortly after that. So let me show you how long it takes when you leave both of these checked on. I'm going to turn the car off now. Okay, the car is off. You see it disconnected. It's right there, disconnected. Now I'm not going to start the car. I'm going to just turn it to the accessory option on the car. Everything will turn on. And just watch how fast it connects. There it is. It's connected. And it automatically starts playing the music. So let me go back to Pandora. It starts to play the music right where you left off. So when I turn the car off, it pauses the music, right? And then when I start the car, it's going to unpause the music and continue right where you left off. I mean, that's awesome. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. I mean, the reason why I went with this was because I was going to replace my whole head unit to get this capability. I was going to replace my whole head unit, but I decided not to because it was just, the head units are crazy expensive now. We're talking, 12. Why does it keep on pausing? I don't know. The head unit I was looking at was incorporating GPS and Pandora and everything, and YouTube and everything into the head unit. And I didn't need all that because nowadays the phone does everything you need it to do, and everybody has their phone on them, and I have navigation built into the car. So I was going to spend $1,300 to get a head unit just to play MP3 tracks or stream audio from my phone or use navigation. And I have navigation built into my phone and the car. I have a 128 gig card in here, and I can use USB on the go and plug in another 128 gig card right to the bottom, so I can have 256 gigs of music on this phone in my car. It incorporates phone calls, so I can answer the phone right from the steering wheel, talk on the phone, hands free. And this module was $160. I just can't see spending, $1,300 for a head unit to do as much as those head units do. And all I really want to do is listen to my MP3 collection and, navigate, listen to my navigation over the car stereo, listen to, have my steering wheel controls. That's all I want to do. Now, I noticed that, back to this, I noticed that Pandora works, and if I go to, I have TuneIn Radio Pro. If I listen to TuneIn Radio Pro, I pretty much listen to these guys every morning. This is the local sports talk radio. This works as well, so I can, when I turn it off, it should pause it.
Kingston 87 right here on the...
There it is. I think it paused it. Yep, it paused it. You see the time is not moving. Then when I turn it back on, it auto plays again. I wish I knew how to get rid of this splash screen. This splash screen comes up every time. Okay, so it didn't go back to TuneIn Radio. It did Pandora. So let me exit Pandora and let me go back to TuneIn Radio and sports radio. No, not the, well, it doesn't matter, but I usually listen to this one here. Okay. And I mean, that's TuneIn Radio. And watch. It shows Mornings with Anthony Gargano, Philadelphia, PA. It's still showing the album title from Pandora, because I was listening to Biggie Smalls. So it's still showing Biggie Smalls' album title. Okay, no big deal. It might update. I'm not sure if it'll update or not. But let me see. Let me turn it off again. Turn it back on. Let's see if it auto starts TuneIn Radio. So let's see. Right now, TuneIn Radio is paused. Alright, so it doesn't look like it auto starts TuneIn Radio. Yeah, it didn't start it. So TuneIn Radio, you'll have to hit the play button. But I did notice this. Here's something else. When I go to Power Amp, here's Power Amp again, right? And I'm playing my MP3s. Power Amp has an option which you can go in and you can make it, here it is on the Bluetooth, you can make it resume on Bluetooth. So basically it'll resume playing when Bluetooth A2DP devices connected. Now when you check that, even if Power Amp is running in the background or closed, I think it starts to play regardless. So I don't like that, because there's times when I'm listening to Pandora, I don't want Power Amp to start playing whatever song I listen to before I stop using it. Or there's times where I'm listening to TuneIn Radio, and I just want to listen back to the radio station. So I found out that if you leave that unchecked, the resume on Bluetooth, if you leave that unchecked, it will resume when the power cable is connected to the device. So, oh shit. So I have the USB cable plugged in, right? So now it's charging. Okay. If I go to, let's try TuneIn Radio. Let's see if TuneIn Radio works. If I go to TuneIn Radio, and the way it works is my accessory jacks in the car are powered off with the car. So when the car is off, the accessory jack's cut off. So if I play tune-in radio,
all set with diamonds.
Okay, we already know that it's going to stop when I turn the car off. But I think it might start back because the power cable, it's going to see the power cable and start the channel back. So I'm going to turn it off. So it's off. Now it's not charging. It's not charging, but it's still plugged in and it's paused. Now I'm going to turn the car back on. It's back charging again. And let's see if it plays. It's connected to Bluetooth. What's playing? No. See that? It's playing it's playing power amp. So doesn't look like wow. And I mean, it's determined to play it too. I think it sends like a couple signals to the phone to let it know that it's connected. So, you know, if you stop whatever's playing immediately after you get in the car, it might start playing again because it will send like maybe another wake-up signal to the phone. And then that in turn makes the whatever app you was using. I want to close all the apps real quick. I'm going to close everything, shut everything down. Nothing's running now. I'm going to go to TuneIn Radio one more time. Because I could have swore I did this the other day where it worked. So TuneIn Radio. Okay, it stopped. I guess it doesn't. I thought for sure that the other day I did this and TuneIn Radio started back up when the car turned back on, but I guess I'm wrong. So it looks like it doesn't work with TuneIn Radio. I have to go to the option to see maybe if there's a option in here to get it to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's an option in here to get it to start automatically. But so that's my quick review. It's dude, the guys that work there, they responded to every one of my emails within a day or two. They were extremely helpful. One thing I should say, on their website, if you put in a 07 Acura TL, it says that the only one that will work with your car with navigation is the BT45-ACU. That is absolutely correct because the videos, they have some videos online that says the BT45 Honda version will work with some Acuras and some and Hondas, but the version I got did not work with my Acura. It doesn't match up. So if you have a 07 Acura with navigation, regardless if you have live traffic or not, because that doesn't matter. I don't have live traffic. Regardless if you have live traffic or not, if you have a if you have a Honda, a Acura 07 with navigation TL, then get the BT45 ACU. And it's very, very easy to install. You can't go wrong with it. Okay. The only other thing I wanted to show you, I did a video on this the other day. This is my Pioneer XD, I think it's the XDJ or XDP high resolution audio player. Okay, it's basically a high end MP3 player, like an iPod Touch, but it's running Android. Okay, so this is it here. It's quite expensive. You see what I paid for it, but this is it here. So the reason why I'm showing you this, because I got this thing because I wanted to keep my phone and use it as a phone and navigation, and I wanted to use this for all my audio in the car. So I was thinking about like just getting this and leaving it in the car, always connected to Bluetooth, and always connected to Bluetooth. And then when I got in the car, I just had music playing. This thing has 2 micro SD cards. These are fast forward, rewind, and pause, play. It's the volume knob here. But it has, here I'm connected to BT45. It has two SD cards. And it supports USB on the go, so I can plug in another SD card in the bottom through a USB on the go adapter. So I could have 3, if I bought 3 200 gig SD cards, I could literally carry 600 gigs of music on this device and leave it in my car and just have all the music I could ever need. It's touchscreen and everything. But the problem is, this doesn't, number one, it doesn't show MP3 tags. So if I play this track, it's playing right now, right? I just turned it down, that's all. It's connected, but it won't show the name of the song. It does not show the names of the songs up on the screen. So whatever, see, it's saying it's that's the radio station that was on my phone. All it's showing is the last information that was on TuneIn Radio on my phone. TuneIn Radio, the Fanatic. That's what that is. It's showing, because this was the last thing connected. So it senses a Bluetooth connection, but I guess it's not reading the data being sent from this device, or this device is not sending the right data for it to show up on the screen. My phone is. My phone is a Note 4. It's running the latest, whatever the latest stock version of Android is, whatever you can get updated to, or I didn't do any ROMs or anything, or add any software to my Note 4 that's not normally available to anybody else. So whatever that version is that everybody's running, I'm running that version of Android on my phone. This is running Android 5.1.1, and I looked in the book, it has all the Bluetooth stack capabilities, but it will not show the name of the song, the artist, or the album. So, you cannot control it from the steering wheel. So when I push the buttons on my steering wheel, it does not change tracks. It does volume. Like I said, volume is built into the card, not the actual Bluetooth device. But when I try to change tracks on my steering wheel, it does not change tracks on here. And I noticed that when it's connected over Bluetooth, these no longer work, the hardware buttons. So I can't fast forward or rewind. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, that does work. That does work. Let me check the steering wheel control. Okay, I stand corrected. I know this wasn't working the other day, so maybe it's a hit and miss thing, because it's definitely doing it now. But maybe it was just some way I had it hooked up, and it wasn't doing it. Okay, see, it's not doing it now. I'm trying to go back another track, and it's not going back another track now. As I was saying, I can go forward. and I can go back, but it's hit or miss. There is, like, now it's going back. Okay, before it wouldn't go back. So, well, that works. But like I said, I wanted to see the audio up on the screen. I don't know if I'm going to send this back or not. I'm still considering it. I got a couple days left to play with it. I love the device. I love the look of the device. I mean, it's a, when you hold this in your hand, it's all aluminum. When you hold this in your hand, it feels like you're holding a piece of $700 high end. It feels like you're holding a $700 gadget. It really does. I mean, it feels good. I mean, it's an awesome player. I haven't even started using the any HD audio files on it, but I mean, it's an awesome player, and it sounds good when connected to my head unit. But like I said, I kind of wanted to see, because I wanted to leave this hidden. I wanted to leave this hidden in my car in a glove compartment or armrest or something. I wanted to leave this hidden and just, go through the tracks right on the screen. So if I go with this, I have to leave this out now just to be able to see, the playlist, what tracks or whatever, what tracks I'm going through, in order to pick a track. I gotta go through and this is Power Amp, by the way, doing this. It downloads pictures, random pictures for you for your album art instead of having the same picture. So that's awesome, right? Look at Rihanna. Wow. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm undecided. I really am. I wish I could find out why this is not putting the Bluetooth information up on the screen. It recognizes the device. That's the device, the XDP100R. That's the name of this device. It recognizes the device, and it definitely, it seamlessly reconnects. It seamlessly reconnects. When I turn the car off, it pauses, right? If I had the Bluetooth turned on, auto resume in the app, it would automatically start playing the music again. Once the car reconnected to this device, that works. You saw the fast forward rewind kind of works, but like if I had the USB cable connected, this would well, oh, it looks like it started playing. So it works. I think it's working. Regardless if the cable's connected or not. But I think what happens is if I don't have this running in the foreground, it won't automatically start playing the music from this device. It won't do it automatically. The reason why I did it now because I have this running in the foreground. All in all, I'm gonna give the USA SPEC BT45-ACU a 5 out of 5, man. I really can't think of anything else that I would want that device to do or be. For my situation, for the car that I'm using. I mean, it does everything excellently. Reconnects audio. The audio quality is I heard the audio quality for the Bluetooth making a phone call is better than the built-in Bluetooth on the car. My wife was telling me that she could actually hear me better when I'm using the USA SPEC module than using the built-in Bluetooth on the car. So that's another bonus. The only thing, I'm not knocking USA SPEC. I think the reason why the the track and title information is not coming up is because of this device. I'm almost sure it's this device and not the USA SPEC version, because it works perfectly fine on my phone. You know, I wish I could have it connected to my phone and only use the phone in media only, and it will reconnect when I start the car. But I'm not going to knock them for that. That's another Android. I already talked to them about that. That's an Android thing. There's nothing they can do about it. Android, for some reason, when you're not using cell phone connection for calls, it doesn't prioritize media only. So it takes its time to reconnect to media only when you're reconnecting to a Bluetooth, which is weird because when I have Bluetooth headsets, it reconnects almost immediately. Yeah, I just thought about that. That's kind of weird. But all in all, it's an awesome device. I recommend it. Anybody who has an Acura TL 07 with navigation and you want Bluetooth in your car, spend $160 and be done with it. Install it yourself, and I mean the money you'll save on installation alone, it will make it worth it, because you could connect it to your to the XM radio yourself, and what I did was I ran a cable for the microphone. I ran it through this my compartment that leads to the trunk. So yeah, it's not the best installation, but it's just that little cable right there that pokes out. I tucked it behind the seat and ran it along the boards of the doorways, and I'm not worried about it. If I don't have people in the back seat that often, and if I do, I don't think anything will happen to that cable. I'm not really worried about it. But all in all, must buy. Got an Acura 07 Acura TL, must buy. All right. Any questions, hit me up. Let me know in the comments. You got any suggestions on me making better videos, let me know. I'm just starting out. It's my second video. And I appreciate you checking it out.